we turn our attention to narcotics because leaders of the West African Drug Policy Network is today meeting with the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and the Interior. The organization is urging government to decriminalize narcotic drug usage in Ghana. The civil society organizations pushing this agenda want users, producers and suppliers of narcotics to be given non-custodial sentences rather than imprisonment. The call was made at the maiden edition of a public lecture series on drug policy reforms. Henry Kwesi-Bedu's report read to you. Possession of narcotic drugs in Ghana is illegal and prohibited under the laws. Persons found guilty for various drug offences are liable to not less than 10 years imprisonment. At the first ever public lecture on drug policy reforms, stakeholders explained sentencing able-bodied persons for using narcotic drugs is a waste of human resources. Jonathan Osewusu is Executive Director for Justice for All Foundation.
A country where the drug policies are not restrictive and it's always talk about punitive measures. We have gone to the prisons, that is the work we do. And we realize that able young men are there and they are not serving any purpose. Rather, we are spending money on them. So what we are appealing to the Parliament and the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Interior is simple, that now the Narcotics Control Commission bill should look at seeing narcotic use as a public health matter and a human right matter, which is now the practice across the globe, rather than it being criminal. Because when you put them into prison, they go there, they get hardened, they meet other criminals, they come back, and the recidivism rate is high. Where reoffending rate is high, it threatens national security.
The Narcotic Control Commission bill is in the process of being enacted as the bill is before the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Interior. Former Executive Director of the Narcotics Control Board, however, wants Parliament to amend sections of the bill which criminalizes cannabis as well as legalize the substance.
Prohibitionism, criminalization of drug use in the manner it is criminalized in many parts of the world, including Ghana, is not helping. All we are saying is that, look, legal regulation is the best. But in our cultural context, and precisely because of the issue of the regulatory systems and mechanisms, we need to start slowly. Decriminalization. But you see, our law bans cannabis, makes cannabis illegal. But that is first of all, that is non-science, because there are certain varieties of cannabis that are non-psychoactive.
Chairperson of the Defense and Interior Committee, Seth Kwame Champong, explains there is a need for a broader consultation to achieve this goal.
We just started with the bill in committee. We have not completed the second reading, which is going to be the report that we're going to take a plenary. But we are a very progressive people, and our committee is going to enact a legislation which will give this country, where we are, a very useful, practicable, pragmatic law. We are open for suggestions. We'll debate it. We are going to do what is good for the country.
The West African Drug Policy Network says it will empower citizens to advocate and influence decision makers to shape and develop human drug policies and legislation. Henry Kwesi-Bedu's report for JoyNews.